All right, so we'll just go ahead and make sure to continue our discussion class. So in this video, we'll begin to continue with the topic, which is since we've actually stopped with the history and a bit of those gates, and we'll run through with this topic, which is the basic logic gates, which we will certainly start with the AND gate. So as being mentioned right there, that for the AND gate, it is essential for decision making process in digital electronics where certain action require a combination of condition to be satisfied, such as multiplexers, control systems, and error detection system. So that being said, this actually this is actually being used when multiple conditions must be satisfied. It is commonly applied in control system, katong mga multiplexers being mentioned, and error detection. So say for example here, imagine you're going to a tutoring session. The statement could be, I will bring both a pen and a pencil to the tutoring session. And this statement is only true if both conditions are certainly true. That is the same with the propositional logic, that once the first statement and the second statement is true, and when you combine that one, it will also return as true. Because we cannot multiply true and false, it will certainly become false. So therefore, the AND gate operates in the same way by outputting true only when both conditions inputs are certainly true. So in this specific one, it state that you will only return as true if both of your statement equivalent as having the true value. So since this is actually signifies as multiplication. And to for the illustration of this one, the gate symbol consists of input lines and output line. The output is true only if both input are true. This is often visually represented by flat-ended shape with two inputs entering from the left and one output line existing from the right. So that means nga ang iya nga form is like this. Say for example, we have this input, this is for A, and this is for B. And we will begin to draw like A and B, that is represented A times B. So for this one, that is represented as like this. So that is AB already. So that is how you will work on with regards to the AND gate. So that as what I have mentioned, that if the first statement, if it is true, the second statement is also true, it will become true. So just like, for example, here in our truth table, we have false and false will become false. False and true, it will become false, and true and false, it will become false. So that's how you will work on it with this one. Just always remember with this class, because this is certainly um important when you will be going to work on with regards to this particular gate. And for example, if we have here as A, B, and then multiply that into the B and C. How can we work on that? So you will draw an here AB first. I don't know. Yes, that's correct. AB. And it must be represented as like this. And then that is for AB. And then next will be BC. So we will begin to work on with that one and C. And then again, will become B and C. So therefore, since they are, we've already finished everything, we will just combine. So it will become AB now, and then B and C. That's how it worked for the AND gate. So that is really interesting. This is very basic. Even grade 1 can answer that. Now, pertains to this one, the OR gate is a basic logic gate that outputs true if at least one of its input is true. It is used in situation where an action occurs if at least one of the condition is met. Unlike the AND gate, which requires both condition to be true. The OR gates only needs one condition to be true to produce a true result. And this make it useful for decision-making process where multiple conditions could independently trigger on an outcome. So that means to say here that for the OR gate, we are that is actually represented as plus sign. So this will definitely, as in our part of truth table, that when you will begin to add true to the false, it will become true, and false to the true, it will become true as well. But for false and false, it will become false. Now, what will gonna happen when it comes to the example here, then consider the statement, I will bring a pen or a pencil to the tutoring session. So this statement is true if you bring either. It could be a pen or a pencil. So there will be an option. Either it will happen for a pen or a pencil. So the OR gate function, similarly, if either of the input is true, the output will be true. As what we've actually mentioned during the propositional logic, with regards to I'm so sorry, let me just pause for a while. I have a call to answer. Okay, so let's actually continue with regards to our discussion, since I actually being interrupted due to the quick meeting that I've actually have pertains to a such important matter. So let's actually continue with the OR gate, as what I have mentioned earlier, that it is focusing in either one of the, at least one of the statement is actually true. If there will be a statement, first statement or either the second statement is true, everything will be returns true. If also true and true, it will become still true from the word at least one. So for the illustrations about this one, this is actually this the OR gate symbol is typically represented by a curved shape with two input lines entering from the left side and one output line exiting from the right. So the output is true if either of the input is true, and the symbol visually shows how both inputs feed into the gate to produce the outcome. That means to say, class, that the illustration looks like this. Say, for example, we are working on with A plus B. Now, it's gonna be like this. Curve, and then like an arrow, and that is A plus B. So that's how you will work on that. So this is actually the details. So that's gonna be so simple. So in our truth table, as what we have mentioned, that either at least one is certainly the representation of this OR gate. Now, for example, class, if we are working on with a two sets, A plus B times B plus A. How to work on that? So say, for example, that is a combination. So A, then B. Now, A plus B is going to be like this. That is A plus B. And remember, that's actually two set. Next will be B. Then A. The same thing. Let's add B plus A. And then since that is actually a combination with AND, so therefore, instead of curve, it will be like this, just like the AND earlier. So it is definitely returning like this. This is A plus B times the B plus A. That's actually really so simple. Now let's actually proceed with the NOT gate or the inverter. For the inverter class, this is really so simple that the NOT gate is a simple logic gate that inverts its input, meaning it produces the opposite of the input, given input. Like for example, in our statement, if the statement is true, the inverted statement will become false, and the false statement will become as true. That is actually vice versa, and making it a fundamental tool in digital circuit for signal inversion. So if you're trying to work on with the statement that is actually true, then you wanted to make it as false, so you just have to invert that one or negate that, which is actually part of our propositional logic, or in our prelim term. Now, when it comes to the example, consider the statement, it is not raining. So the inverted statement will become, it is raining. So the statement is true if the condition it is raining is false. So similarly, the NOT gate inverts the input, producing the opposite output. If the input is true, the output is false. And if the input is false, the output is true. That's how it worked then. In our propositional, in the illustration, the NOT gate symbol is represented by a triangle or just simply an arrow with a small circle at the output. The small circle indicates the inversion of the input, and the output will always be the opposite of the input, making it a crucial element in many logical operation. That means to say, class, that is represented as like this, an arrow with a circle. That's actually the inverted statement. So if A, referring to that one, this is gonna be A inverted A. Now, what about class? If A, then B, then inverted A, inverted B, and then there will be inversion at the top. So how to work on that? So we're gonna work. Let me erase this first. What will gonna happen right now? We'll perform the negation of A and B. So it will become like this. With circle, with circle. So that's actually negated. AB. So this is A and this is B. So what we'll do right now, we will begin to invert that one. It will become like this. A, B, and then inverted. So that's actually so very simple. Now, let's actually move on to the NAND gate. For the NAND gate class, it is the inverse of the AND gate, meaning it outputs true unless both inputs are true. In which case, if it output false, this gate is highly useful in logic circuit as it can be used to create any other type of gate, making it one of the most versatile gates in digital electronics. So that means to say that in NAND gate, we are trying to work on with regards to, if you can remember, sang aton nga calculation before sa what they call this one in our propositional logic, that this is strictly the inversion of the AND gate. So therefore, if AND gate is true when there will be two statement as true times true will be true. So if for the NAND gate, it will become false. So that means for the true times false, which is false, it will become true in this case. So for example, class, consider that the statement I will bring a pen and a pencil to the tutoring session. So this statement is false only if both items are brought, just as the NAND gate will output false only when both inputs are true. In all other cases, the output will be true. So technically says that it is just a reversal sang AND gate lang gapon. Now, for illustration, the NAND gate symbol looks like the AND gate symbol with a small circle at the output side to indicate that it is actually inverted, or the inversion of the AND gate. So the gate will produce a true result unless both inputs are true, in which case it output false. So let's actually work on with that. So A and B and that is inverted. So how does that work? It is like this. Now, say for example, we have here the statement as, like for example, we will begin to work on with a statement as AB, and then we'll just invert only A, then multiply that with BA, which certainly that B will be inverted. Now, how can we work in this? Okay, we'll just invert everything na lang. Okay, AB. All right. So that is like this. That is inverted already. And BA. B and A. So we'll also invert that. And technically it's multiply, so therefore we'll also multiply that one. So that is AB inverted and BA inverted. So if ever class nga naka-invert pagit sa pinakababaw, what we're gonna do, we'll just have to put here. Like that. So this is actually AB inverted, tapos BA inverted. And then, inverted ang sa babaw. Amo na siya. That's actually so good. That's really so simple. If ever, just to take note ha. This is just an addition. Now, thank you so much. That's actually for the NAND gate, and let's actually move on to the NOR gate. For the NOR gate, it is the inverse of the OR gate, meaning it outputs true only when both inputs are false. This gate is useful when you want to check if none of the condition. Just remember, gali, that for our and that it for the 1 and 1 it will be 0, and for the rest it is true for the truth table. The NOR gate is the inverse of the OR gate, meaning it outputs true only when both inputs are false. So meaning to say, class, di ba sang aton pag-plus earlier, when the first statement is true and the second statement is false, it will become true. Or at least one true will become true. So if ever, since earlier for the OR gate, then it will return false for the both statement false. So for both statement false here, it will become true, and then vice versa na dayon. And this gate is useful when you want to check if none of the conditions are true, providing an easy way to implement none of the above logic in digital circuits. So say for example, the statement, I will bring neither a pen nor a pencil to the tutoring session. And this statement is true only if neither item is brought, just as the NOR gate outputs true only if both inputs are false, reflecting this condition. So technically, if you will begin to put that into consideration, if you'll understand that deeply, this is actually become true when when both statement is definitely false. So the NOR gate symbol, when you illustrate that, is similar to the OR gate but with a small circle at the output to indicate inversion. The output will be true only when both inputs are false, visually showing the logic of a negative OR operation. So this is likely something like that. Say for example, we have here A plus B, so it will become a like this. So let's actually put into consideration with another example. If ever that we have A plus B, then plus BA nga naka-invert. And then above that will invert pagid. So that's actually like this. A, B, tapos A plus B will become like this. And then that is A plus B. Inverted A plus B. Above. And then for BA, it will become like this. Then invert that. And then it will become B. No. Just take note, it is not OR for the BA. That is technically multiplication. So it is gonna be like this. And then circle, and then BA and negation. Negation for um the invert. And then we'll begin to add them. So plus, to add them both, it will become like this for the plus, the arrow, the curve, and then that is inverted already. A plus, no, we're not able to invert yet, because if this is gonna be the reason, it will become A plus B plus BA. Tapos naka-invert siya. Pwede man. No. That's not. Yeah, that's correct actually. That is still acceptable. Because if you will be going to work on this is actually the negation of all this one. So, if you will begin to work on, pwede man siya amuni, then, kung step by step mo get, A plus B, then negation, then B plus, BA, negation, amo na siya. Tapos, kung i-negate mo pa get, draw ka na lang arrow, tapos amo na siyang invert, this one, and then with invert above. But it's okay if like this man. So that's actually the same. They're having the same intuition. Now, let's actually move on to the exclusive OR. For the exclusive OR, it is different than the XOR, than the NAND, because this one, there will be a specific logic that we're trying to base. Okay, so by the way, for the XOR gate or the exclusive OR gate outputs true only when one and only one of its input is true. This makes it useful for situations where you need to check if an action should happen based on one condition being true, but not both, like toggling a condition between two possibilities. That means to say, class, in our propositional logic, we are dealing with only one true statement. Either one true statement, it will become true. But for both statement are true, it will become false then. For the example for this one, we actually have here, consider the statement, I will bring either a pen, X, or a pencil to the tutoring session. This statement is true only if one item is being brought. So, but not both. Similarly, the XOR gate will output true only if exactly one input is true, but not both of them. So that's that's actually how it works. Now, for the illustration, the XOR gate symbols look like similar to the OR gate, but only with an extra curved line on the input side. So therefore, if OR gate is like this, therefore there will be another input curved line, visually showing the exclusive nature of the operation. Looks like this. So this is actually a B with the plus exclusive something, and that is equivalent to a inverted A then times B plus A inverted B. Why? Is it equivalence to that? So if you will begin to work on with the exclusive, inverted A, it will become 1, 1, 0, 0. But for A inverted with the B, when we multiply, it will become, for AB, inverted A and B, it will become 0, that is 1, 0, and 0. Now, for the A with the inverted B, for inverted B, it will become 1, 0, 1, 0. But for inverted A right now, yeah, that's inverted B. But for A, and that is 0 and 1, it's gonna be for the A, B inverted. It's gonna be 0 and 1. It's actually 0. 0 and 1. This one here, huh? And this one. 0 and 0, I mean, that's gonna be 0. And then 1 and 1, that's gonna be 1. And 1 and 0, no, this one. 0 is 0. Now we will begin to add them all. So 0 and 0, that's gonna be 0. 1 and 0, that's gonna be 1. 0 and 1, that's gonna be 1. And 0 and 0, that's gonna be 1. 0. So that means to say they are equivalent to each other. That's actually the logic behind why they are equivalent to that particular equation. Now, suppose that we actually have here a like this, and then this one, then plus C A, inverted A. So like that. What will gonna happen? A and B, it's gonna be plus XOR. So like this. And then inverted. Invert, it's like that. So that is the whole. But there will be plus for the CA. C with the A. Inverted A. So what will gonna happen? We will invert this A. And then we will multiply. And then this is actually CA. And then working on with the plus, it's gonna be curve. And then therefore this is this already. So that's how you will work on with that class. That's really so simple. Now for the XNOR naman, it is different. XNOR gate is the inverse of XOR gate. It outputs true when both input are the same, either both true or both false, making it ideal for equality checking and matching condition in logical system. That means to say, class, kung kagina, only one statement is true, and then kung true and true is actually false, right now, true and true is true, and then false and false is true also. That's how it works. Now for this category, consider the statement, I will bring both a pen, XNOR a pencil to the tutoring session. This statement is true if both items are either brought together or not brought at all, reflecting the behavior of the XNOR gate, which output true when both input are the same, and if both inputs are not the same as well. So for the illustration, this actually similar to the XOR gate, but with a small circle at the output side to indicate the inversion. The output will definitely be true when both inputs are the same, or either both true or both false. What will gonna happen? It looks like this. So it is definitely equivalent to this as well, AB plus AB inverted. So AB, let's try to work. This is actually A and B. So we'll multiply that one. 0, 0, and 0 and 1. This is for AB. Now, for the A inversion 1 1 0 0, and for inverted B, 1 0 1 0. So therefore we'll begin to multiply them. 1 1, it's gonna be 1. 1 0, that's gonna be 0 0 1 0, and then 0 0 0. And then we will begin to add them. This is for inverted A and B. And then we'll begin to add them. 0, 1, it will become 1. 0, 0, it will become 0. 0, 0, 0. 1, 0 will become 1. So that's how it works. It is definitely the same as is. So for the illustration also, let me just also give you an example for that. if ever class that we will have this kind of situation, A plus B, just like that. So what will gonna happen? Times with BA also. BA, but A will be inverted. So what will gonna happen? AB, we will invert them. So that is for A plus B inverted. Then BA, which certainly B is not being inverted and A will be inverted. So therefore, we'll create another inversion here. So that means to say it will become A. It's like this, inverted. And then, since that's gonna be multiplication, that's gonna be like this. And then multiplication again, for the both of them, this is actually for B and inverted A. And then we'll multiply them, so it will become like this. And so therefore, this is already the statement. So that's actually so basic only. As long as you were able to know the rules and implementation of how those structures work, you can definitely work on with the answer for that one. There will be also buffer gate. It is a simple logic gate that passes the input directly to the output without any change. It is essentially a no-op or no-operation gate and is used to strengthen signals in digital circuits without modifying them, and it is useful for improving signal strength when it travels across long distances or through complex circuits. However, class, we're not really able to certainly utilize this because those and or NAND XOR is definitely one of the main gates that we're definitely using when we are trying to work on with specific mga theories. So just working on with the example, consider the statement. If the statement is on, the output will also be on. It's actually an identity when it comes to the propositional logic. So the exact same signal, so this is definitely a redundant thing. If the input is true one, the output will be true. If the input is false, will be still false. So the simple buffer gate is similar to NOT gate but without the small circle. It has an input and output line, but there is no change between them, just a straight through transfer of the input signal. Meaning to say, class, it is like this. But of course, we're not definitely working on with that nga specify mo pagid because that is too redundant already. Now, we also have here the imply gate. For imply gate, outputs false only when the first input is true and the second input is false. It is a specialized form of logic gates that check if one condition implies another. It is often written as A implies to B, meaning if A then B, and is equivalent to a combination of OR and NOT operation. So that means to say, class, in our propositional logic, it will become false if first statement is true and the second statement is false, if you can remember. So what will gonna happen here then? Consider the statement, if it rains, then I will bring an umbrella. So that's actually the statement. No. This is, yeah. If it does rain, I will bring the umbrella, making the statement true. If it does not rain, it doesn't matter whether I bring an umbrella or not. The statement is still considered to be true. So for the illustration of this one, the imply gate symbol is represented similarly to OR gate, but with a slightly different appearance, typically with an arrow indicating implication. The output is false only when the first input is true and the second false, otherwise true. So what will gonna happen, class, as what I have stated, will become false if first statement is true and second statement is false. So what will gonna happen for the implication if A implies B? It will be like this: A, B, then A. There will be an inverted sa input, but for the A. And then for B, that is actually, there is an inverted as well. That's actually, we're not always utilizing this. But for NIMPLY naman, combination of NAND and application gates, it behaves similarly to an imply gate. but its logic is inverted due to the NAND structure, as it produces an output of false only when the first input is true and the second input is false, similar to the imply gate. So definitely, it is like this. Consider the statement: if I do not study, I will fail the exam. If I do study, I will not fail. And the statement is true. However, I do not study and fail the exam. The output is false, just like the imply gate. So this is actually just an NAND with the imply. The imply gate is represented by an arrow for implication and a small circle for NAND, and the output is false only if the first input is true. So that means to say, in our truth table, it will become like this. It will be true for everything, but if same true, it will become false. But of course, earlier for imply, we have a circle here in A, but we have output circle for the output side for the imply. But for imply, we only have the input in the input side for the A, as to signify that we are having the imply gates then. But nevertheless, we're not certainly using as always this one, because those certain gates that we're utilizing as always are those basics lang. And for AOI gate, or the AND or invert gate, is a combination of AND gate or the OR gate and inverter. It first applies the AND operation to inputs A and B, then applies the OR operation to the result with the third input, and finally inverts the output. It's commonly used in digital circuit design to simplify logic and reduce the number of gates needed. But of course, because we will not be going to really apply that one, because I wanted you to really be to do the step-by-step process. But of course, it is definitely still valid if you wanted that if you're working on with a specific structure, if you wanted everything to be shortcut, but it is still having the same implementation. Nevertheless, we'll just use the simple but of course step-by-step process. A gradual process is definitely good than the shortcut one. Consider the statement: the result true if both A and B are true, or if C is true. This involves both and or logic, where the AND gate first checks the A and B, and if they are true, or if C is true, the output will still be true. To illustrate that, the AND or invert gate is represented by AND symbol, then following by an OR gate symbol at the output. This gate outputs the inverted result in the AND OR combination, making it useful to optimizing the circuit. This is actually how it worked like this. But of course, class, if we'll begin to step by step the process using the certain rules that we're able to learn earlier, it's gonna be for A times B, AB, like that. Then for plus C, certainly you will begin to go ahead and do it like this. But of course, C is, no, this is C, this is AB. Now, what will gonna happen if sa C naman may ara na siya ani, like this, inverted for C, invert. Then you will begin to add that one, it will become like this already. If ever that we're working on. But in this case, class, that's actually inverted for the and or invert. That's actually just like look like this. But of course, it's not really if you'll put that into consideration, it is a bit of confusing if you are just simply memorizing everything with the rules. But no worries in that, you will not be going to apply that in your examination. Now for OAI gate naman, this is our OR and invert. The OAI gate is similar to the AOI gate but inverts the output after applying OR before the AND operation in the sequence. It applies the first apply the OR operations to the input, then the AND operation, and finally inverts the result. It is another gate used to reduce the number of components in our circuit. So consider this statement: the result is true if either A or B is true, and if C is true as well. This involves an OR operation between A and B, followed by AND operation with C, and then the output is inverted. So meaning to say that the OAI gate is represented by an OR symbol followed by AND gate. An inverter symbol, the final output is the inverted result of the OR and the AND combination, which simplify complex logic in digital system. this is actually how it worked. This is some what looks like this, which certainly having this one a plus b times c, of course it's gonna be like this for the simplification for that. But no worries on that. We're not gonna deal with regards to those complex calculation, because I don't want you to really be no, I don't want that makes thing really be complicated. But of course, class, it's definitely a must that you will be informed of how does this structures work. So this is actually the end of our discussion for the gates, and I'll be going to discuss the Boolean algebra laws for logic gates in the separate video, and then the I'll go through with the applications as well. And then I'll be going to post the quiz in your MS Team later on as well. Thank you so much, and goodbye, everybody.